Hey, hope you all had a good St. Patrick's Day yesterday. I did nothing. That's a good thing. Worked in my house. Anyway, we got a lot going on here for Monday. Definitely it is Monday Madness. So let's take a look. The 64 Pontiac 409 4-speed car. You heard me correct. 409. Yes, Pontiacs in Canada had Chevy engines. Don't argue. Just listen. That's it. Anyway, Mike was working on it today. Someone had hacked out this package tray along here. He butt welded it all back in there. Did a nice job. Got it all factory spot welded in there. Did a beautiful job working on that. We got a 72 Chevy pickup cab in here. All this truck is a factory AC truck with all the options. All it needs is a set of rocker panels. That's it. Now we've got a bunch of other parts and pieces for this truck that have been coming in and out. This guy's been bringing me parts and pieces over the last 6 months. The last thing for him to bring me was the cab, and this is it. Well, I shouldn't say it's the last thing. The frame is next. But he's got the frame all blasted, painted, all that kind of good shit. So when we get the cab in primer and all the inside of it painted, then we'll get the frame over here and we'll start putting it together for him. So there's one. Trucks are us. And I'm going to be honest with you. And don't take this the wrong way, boys. If you're having your truck here, I'm fucking starting to hate trucks. They take up so much room. But I still love my job. I still love doing what I'm doing, so I'll still give your vehicle 100%. But anyone wanting to book a truck in right now, the answer is no. Period. That's it. So we fitted a few things on Dan's truck, you know, a little Pro Street 72 GMC. So we're going to blow this sucker back apart. This truck's already in final primer. It's in past videos, been around for a long time. We're going to blow this apart at the end of the week or beginning of next week for sure. And it's in final primer. Then Sean's going to start doing his blocking and getting it ready for paint. Because if you recall, we had already painted all the inside and all the jams, see? She's all painted. We had it all apart and we painted it all. And then we put it all back together to make sure everything fits. And Chris does all his wiring, gets it up, gets it running. And now we blow it all apart. Box off, doors off, fenders off, hood off, you name it, it's off. 67 Ford, little 302 in it, short box pickup, lowered down to the ground. Guy's kind of doing a retro rod, a little bit of modern stuff here and there, but the original color. Look at that. This is the original color for this truck. New wiring kit, all that. Chris was in here wiring all day today. Working on this old girl. She's looking pretty. Very, very cool. Had to do some welding across the hood here. There was some extra holes there. Got those all taken care of. So this truck, as you can see, we didn't do this part of it here, the paintwork you see. It rolled in here. It rolled in here on Friday. What it was is he's been working on it for a while, and you know, he had it at another shop, and he wasn't happy. It wasn't moving along quick enough for him, so he brought it over to us. You see, it's got the, you know, he's upgraded the steering there with a rack and pinion down in there. It's very nice, very, very nice. So yeah, beautiful little truck. Basically flawless. Truck is like pretty much rust free. Very nice. Okay. Yes. Yes, so what do we got? 1, 2, 3. That's 3 trucks in the crew cab. The crew cab, yeah. What's going on with that? I'll show you. We yanked all the doors off today. I gutted the doors today. There was a half a day. Time you get all the glass out, the seals out, the regulators, the window shit, all that shit. There's a good half a day gone there. Got the doors off the cab here. Got all that done, getting them all blasted. They got to be blasted. So that's what happened there. What else are we working on? The 59 Chevy pickup. Okay. So the owner brought the 59 Chev pickup into us because he had it. Remember I told you the story. You all know it. You've been following along. Last 10 or 12 years he's had this truck done. He's been going from shop to shop, and he went through around 3 different shops, and he's always gotten kind of the screw over, and finally he said, I'll bring it out to you. And strange thing is, I did work for him many, many years ago when I was living out in Surrey. But anyway, on this truck, I did something to it. I got it running or something when he first got it, when he first bought the truck. And then we just lost contact of each other. And then he went to another shop and had them start to restore it and do all that kind of stuff. Then from there, that guy was not wanting to do it anymore. Then went from another shop, Long story anyway. Had the engine built around 10, 12 years ago. It was a rebuilt 235 6-cylinder in it. So, you know, we pulled the distributor out, pulled the valve cover off. We made sure we got the timing marks lined up, which you line up on the flywheel on those engines, believe it or not. Made sure we lined all that up. We put a drive on our drill, and we primed it that way to make sure we get oil up through the lifters and up to the top end, through the rockers and all that. And Didn't want to start. And finally when it did start, it had tons of oil pressure, probably 50, 60 pounds. But there was a bit of a knock in it. It was more like, it sounded more like a lifter at the moment. So you kind of just shut it off for a minute, just thinking, you know, it's been sitting around. The lifter's probably dry. You might even have a bad lifter, even though it's all new. I mean, you leave engine for 10, 12 years, it doesn't run, right? Start it up again to determine where the noise is coming from, because it wasn't like it was a serious noise. And before you know it, all of a sudden it becomes a serious knock, and before you can even get to the key to shut it off, the rod comes right through the oil pan. Poor guy. So we get the engine out, take the oil pan off, and guess what? On the rod, whoever built it, they didn't even tighten. There was a nut laying in there. So one side they didn't tighten down, and I guess, you know, when we fired it up, it was flopping around a bit, and it decided to break off, right? But the connecting rod also looked like it had a hairline crack in it, so that wasn't a good thing either. But still, we were almost done the truck. Now we had to take it all back apart, take his engine out, and now he's got it back at the machine shop. But not the guys that rebuilt it, because the guy that rebuilt it 12 years ago is no longer in business, of course. So we're going to start all over. So anyway, so unfortunately it sits here with no engine. But the good news is we do have it all done. Brakes are working, you know, chrome's on there, tailgate's on it, couple little things, you know, it's a couple little bolts in the box still do, but the wood's all in it. Looks beautiful. So I guess the good news is it did get that done, and what do you do, right? Shit happens. I mean, it's, you know, it's not our fault. You can't blame us, because, you know, we didn't start ripping the engine apart to make sure it was rebuilt properly. It was just in the truck when it came here. So I guess you go back and try and find the guy that built it, but he's out of business now or whatever, or I don't know, he's retired or something. So what do you do there? You don't do much, right? So the easier way was to unbolt the front end like that. We took the hood off, then we unbolted the front end as a unit. It's easier than trying to lift the engine up over the front end. We didn't want to do that in case we scratched it. Plus, we just put the front end together on this thing, so we knew it would come across like just super easy. It's only like 6 bolts and it comes off. Okay, so the Camaro. I'm working on the Camaro. Yeah, I'm waiting on parts on this Mustang. Where's that front panel? I'm waiting. Come on, it's a race between the Camaro and the Mustang. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Ford? Is it going to be GM? Is it going to be Ford? Is it going to be GM? Your votes are in. Anyway, so I got it on here, as you can see. I've opened the door. Body line is lining up. Body line is lining up. Everything is lining up inside the wheel wells here. I got to do all my plug welds. It's looking good. And of course across the back here, it's lining up nicely with this. Even though I'm replacing this pan, it's lining up. So that's a good thing. We're doing good. So I'm going to be back on this tomorrow. I was on the crew cab today and a couple other little things hopping around here. Tomorrow I'm going to spend the day on this to finish this quarter off, and then start on the other side, remember, where this is all cut up. I'm going to get that in tomorrow. Well, or at least get started. Definitely get the quarter finished and get started over there. Okay, now Sean is working on a 68 Barracuda. Yeah. Okay. What do we got going on? There he is. He's mixing the mud. So this is not a frame off restoration by no means. The owner just brought it in, clean it up, give me a paint job. So that's what Sean's doing. He's cleaning it up, giving it a paint job. So we're not stripping it to bare metal. We're not doing any of that. Just a nice tidy up. Owner doesn't know exactly what color. First it was going to be a light blue, then it was going to be a light green. Now he's talking forest green, I think he said. So who knows where he's going here with it. But Sean's working his magic. He's doing an awesome job. Look at that. Very cool. Fold the seat down, put a piece of plywood back there. Or your girlfriend, whatever you prefer. Away you go. Custom Chevy is right here. We're going to be on this probably in a week or so, back on the Chevy. We're just off it right now for a little bit. We kind of got to play catch up with a couple of these cars. Plus, it's good to let the primer cure up anyway. That way there, you know, you don't want to sand stuff right away after you primer it, because we all know primer shrinks. So it's best to leave it alone. Let it cure up. And Carnegie is over there. It's all in final primer. Sean's going to be hitting that up actually this week. He's going to be on that Oh, let me think here. He's going to be on the Carmagia, I believe on Thursday. He's going to start on that because we're going to try and get it painted probably maybe Tuesday next week. He just needs a couple days on that, and it's ready to go. Paint, got to hold some stuff on the way we go. So that's it. There's what's happening. That is what's happening here today. Yeah. So, it's a busy day today here at the shop. I know I've been getting a little bit behind. Haven't been doing videos as much this month. There's just a lot on the go. And, well, at the end of the day, the videos don't pay me no money. The customers do, and I got to keep the customers happy. So I try my hardest to do the videos. A lot of guys are like, you need to film it as you're working all the way through, Rick. Well, I haven't got a tripod to set the camera on yet, and I don't have a camera assistant. I don't even have a beer assistant. But anyway, I'm trying my hardest on these videos, so be happy that I'm getting these out there. I'll try my best to get some more how-tos, and I'll try and film as I'm working. It's just, you should film as you work, and it's like 4 hours of filming, and I can't do a 4-hour video on YouTube. You'd all get bored of it. So then we got to go through, and then we got to edit it all down to around anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. So that all takes time. I got shit to do at night, guys. I don't have time to be making videos like that. But anyway, it's always a good time at Old Time. Hope you're enjoying. Happy St. Patrick's Day, even though I missed it. The sun is out, springtime's almost here, and it's daylight saving times. Thank God.